What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today is a very special day for me because it's going to be the first international trip since the pandemic began. I've been here in Canada for the past 8 months or so. Today I'm traveling all the way out to Dubai. We're starting here in Toronto, we're going out to New York, taking an Uber across the city to JFK Airport, and from there the adventure with Emirates begins. All right, it's time to board. So as you can see here, guys, there's going to be not one, not two, but 3 first class flights coming up, all on this Boeing 777 right here. Thank you.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, very good.
Good evening. Thank you.
1K.
Come through with me then.
Ah, perfect.
This way.
Oh, wow.
Sweet 1K.
Thank you.
The game changer. Any pajama for today's flight?
Yes, please.
Any particular size?
I think medium will do.
Sure.
Thank you.
Your cabin crew will now pass through the cabin carrying out the final safety check. Enjoy your flight with Emirates.
So it occurs to me that I've actually already done a video on Emirates 777 New First Class, which you can find either up here or up here. But it's just an incredible product. It never gets old, and the fact that this can be booked on points is downright incredible. Hi. Yes, please. I'll have the caviar.
I'll get you the number in here.
Thank you so much. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 bars of soap. We got a bit of air freshener in here. We've got our rose. We've got our little changing pedestal. And let's get changed. And we are ready for bed. It's about 3:30 a.m. local time for me. As you can imagine, I am fading pretty quickly. So now's the time to snooze for a few hours, but obviously still wake up later on to maximize the rest of the flight. But for now, good night. A few different types of breakfast dishes, along with a few soothing beverages. We've got the chamomile tea, we've got the detox cleanser, and we've got Hennessy Paradise whiskey. Let's do this.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dubai's International Airport, where the local time here is 8 in the evening and the outside temperature is 28 degrees Celsius. Please keep your seatbelts firmly fastened until the seatbelt signs have been switched off.
All right, guys, so I've gotten some rest at the airport hotel. Now it's time to go to the lounge and get ready for the second of 3 flights. Welcome to flight number 2 of 3 on this crazy itinerary. We're on our way to Paris right now, so let's get settled into the suite. So once again, it's incredible how much room there is here on Emirates 777 New First Class. You can see I can stand and swivel around, and it's just an incredible amount of room on all sides. And the best part of these middle seats here on this product, seat 1E and seat 2F, I believe, is that because it's the middle seat, because it's not affected by the curvature of the aircraft, you actually get a lot more room on the sides. You get 2 equal-sized snack cabinets over there and over here. And the other best thing about the middle seats is these LED virtual windows. These virtual windows, you have to say, are an extremely creative touch by Emirates, because otherwise it would just be a wall over here. And the really hilarious thing to me about these virtual windows is that you've still got these curtains over here, and you can actually lower these blinds, and it's like the virtual windows are going away. Now, having said that about the middle seat, it does seem that the window seat over here is also open. There's nobody sitting there, so let's pop over there where the lighting's a little better. Okay, so I wanted to spend a few minutes talking about how I booked this insane Emirates First Class trip, how I managed to book 3 flights for the price of 1 using my Alaska miles, and how you can do the same, although it's a limited time opportunity until March of next year. So as you might know, Alaska miles is one of the points currencies that we collect for traveling in premium cabins, and Emirates is one of the partners of Alaska Airlines. Now, usually it takes 150,000 Alaska miles to fly one way from North America to the Middle East, to Dubai. So for example, something like New York JFK to Dubai would cost 150,000 miles in first class. But because of a very interesting quirk in the Alaska search engine, you can actually book 3 flights on Emirates First Class for the price of 1, for the same price of 150,000 Alaska miles. So your routing would look something like New York JFK to Dubai to Paris and back to Dubai, which is the exact itinerary that I've booked this time around. And if you need help, you can always check out my blog post up in the link up here for more guidance as well. Now, the other thing to note is that the Alaska program recently announced that Emirates First Class redemptions would be ending as of March 31st, 2021. So you really have a very limited window left to be able to actually make these bookings. And I would highly, highly recommend, if you have the Alaska miles to spare, to go ahead and book yourselves one of these Emirates First Class Extravaganzas while you still can. Of course, there's also the question of whether it's worth it to redeem 150,000 Alaska miles on Emirates First Class when you could actually redeem just 70,000 miles for also a very good experience on Cathay Pacific or Japan Airlines First Class as well. And really, that's going to be up to every individual traveler, which aspirational experience you want to try the most. There's no right or wrong answer. I think 70,000 miles for Cathay Pacific First Class is an excellent choice. I think 150,000 miles for Emirates First Class is also an amazing choice. You know, the other thing is the question of how do you actually earn 150,000 Alaska miles, because that's obviously a huge amount. Now, the MBNA Alaska MasterCard gets you 30,000, up to 30,000 miles every time you open the account. However, it's probably going to be a little too soon before March 2021 to be able to rack up 150,000 miles just from the credit card sign-up bonus alone. So you probably also want to think about converting Marriott Bonvoy points over to Alaska miles in order to get enough Alaska miles to book this redemption if you're interested. Now, starting in April 2021, you can no longer use Alaska miles to book Emirates First Class flights at all. So the best strategy for booking Emirates First Class is probably going to be through Emirates Skywards program itself. And for that, you'll probably need to get into the US credit cards so that you can transfer American Express points, Chase points, and Citi Thank You points over to Emirates at a 1-to-1 ratio to book your Emirates First Class flight. Okay guys, so I must say that this already very ridiculous day has gotten just a little bit more ridiculous because I wasn't expecting there to be a lounge here in Charles de Gaulle Airport here in Paris. I thought that the Emirates lounge was closed, but instead it looks like Emirates is using this other super nice lounge that I never even heard of. It's called the Paul Maxence, Salon Paul Maxence, and it's super French. I mean, if you just take a look at the decor in here, it's super nice, quite unlike any other lounge I've been to around the world, whether that's operated by an airline or a priority pass lounge or anything. Okay, what's even more ridiculous here is that a friend of mine who works at Air France has passed this along to me as a present from the airline during my layover here at Charles de Gaulle. I really have no idea how I'm going to bring this along, but I guess let's open it. Take a look at this. It's a model of the Concorde from Air France. That's amazing. Oh, that's incredible. Oh, wow. So guys, it looks like we had a last minute equipment swap from the new 777 back to the old 777, which obviously is still an amazing first class suite. I'm certainly not going to complain about it. This is the old 777 first class on Emirates. You can see there's still a great deal of privacy with this sliding door, even though it's not fully enclosed. Now obviously, even though I would have preferred the new first class any day of the week, this just goes to show you that things are still very much flexible and changeable in this new era of travel, and you should kind of expect things like last minute aircraft swaps, last minute changes of plans, and things like that to happen. Okay, so we're coming to the end of the flight and the end of the whole journey. Gonna finish off one last round of caviar and champagne just as the sun is coming up over Dubai. And really, truly, the only words that can describe how I feel right now is blissfully happy. Blissfully happy. It is, of course, a tremendous privilege to be able to fly right now, and I just hope that I did the trip justice with the 3 flights. on Emirates First Class. Finally made it to Dubai. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.